Hello and welcome back to Control. And in today's episode, well, let's try to investigate the. Okay, the lights just weren't working. That was weird. Yeah, we need to investigate the research sector to go to dimensional research, which is where the slide projector got moved to. Okay, so that's the. Wow, they moved the whole dump here, man. That's some crazy shit. What the hell am I walking on right now? Glass? I think that's pretty much it for this area. I don't see any other places or things that I can get to. The other way. I went the wrong way. But yeah, I guess I'll just see you guys back over at Central Executive. Yeah, I'll be right back. Back in Central Executive. It says investigate the sector elevator.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Phaeton sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh?
What?
We should
What?
check this out.
What? What the? What? Oh shit! Oh my god! This is like a sequel. Oh fuck! That was Alan Wake. Shit. Weird investigation sector. Okay. Oh shit! That was fucking Alan from Alan Wake. Oh my god! I thought there was just references to Alan Wake. I didn't know that it was like actually a thing. Do I have to like? How do? Oh. Oh man. Oh! I'm so excited. I didn't realize that the games were intrinsically linked.
Guess not.
Missing agents. Mr. Kirkland, the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Letters of condolence to be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. Okay, interesting. So this is the site of a containment breach.
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the bureau.
Darling investigation. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of Anonymous regarding inhumane treatment of it currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of sector personnel seem wholly unaware of any such contained there. One, confirmed the code name to be, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into research. They were investigating Darling for something. Casey inquiry. Wait 1 second. Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all of our files on Bright Falls, specifically the disappearance of an author, Alan Wake. Per the internal agency information exchange agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder with all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sound familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing the name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into. What's your opinion? I'll just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Okay. Staffing issue. Yes, Dennis. So yes, there's been an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. You expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases? You have to give us more people. It's simple math. We have the staff we lost the Hartman thing, and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit. We're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate the whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Okay. There's a lot of things here. Resignation letter. To whom may concern, with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of the investigations of the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears. I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame the situation on our who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the loose inside. I will never forget the screams of the brave agents begging us to open the firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. That has failed as agents, and I've never forgiven for that. William Kirkland. Tractor supplement. Say tractor altered item. Keystone inspection. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on the way to the target AWE like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try to keep a lid on this Grumman Morale's desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, is it possible to switch teams like you suspected? I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the ordinary case, but that was just the adults. If I'm remembering the file correctly, this is different. I think your guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated, but I'll show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off and maybe get the comms guys to work on a cover story. Gene Keenum. Tractor procedures. Item is not in Bureau custody. Frank Elf tractor, olive green. Dried blood on the grill when it is last seen. It growls an unmanned locomotion. Considered highly aggressive and dangerous. Okay. You guys can pause to read this if you like. The Burrow tractor. Ethics investigation. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation was launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate program by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all no subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic and were brought into the oldest house and placed under examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as directly upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases and has only resulted in the traumatic of paranaturally inclined. Not only is this a breach of the Ash Act, but it also flies in the face of basic human. This investigation team unequivocally the Prime Candidate program and recommends it be immediately. So they did not like the idea of this program. I know Polaris wants me to go down there. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not quite ready for that. There are so many audio logs. Also, I want to put a battery in that thing, and I will do that here in a minute. I'm just trying to get as many of these things as I can. Shaded facet, that seems new. Trench official warning. Kirkland, I'm going to try to hire if your blatant attempts to lay your comments down at my doorstep. I want you to know, I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen? Holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures, plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You're choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. From Trench. Okay. Director Investigation. Prior authorization from Mr. Kirkland was launched into the of Director Zachariah Trench. The recent change in witness in Director Trench, including aggressive when with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff, although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter. Witness accounts suggest their arguments center around the Dimensional Research Wing and the kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behavior is not indicative of any, and that his fitness to lead is not in question. So they were in arguments over the slide projector, just in general. Underhill background. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabiotanist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She has served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections to paracriminal organizations or any record of her breaching NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun around their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an intern position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Okay. Probably didn't need to fly up through that window and break it, but it was fun. So, Cauldron Lake update. That's more things. It happened again, third time this year. Something definitely has it out for our could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough. Why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyways, got a Bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of reoccurring programs is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agent. It's always a matter of time before this hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyways, if somebody at HQ asks why the Brightfall report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. So they're still looking into Bright Falls, which is the Alan Wake. I assume that according to this game's lore, it was a AWE situation. Can I take this out? I didn't see any other batteries while I was moving about. I'm assuming I need to power this so I can...
Oh, that gate should open.
Yeah, get through the gate. Polaris definitely wants us to go this way. Specimen escape assessment. Purpose of internal investigation is to examine the containment failure of specimen SL1, or SI1, resulted in the death of agent. That was like in the hundreds. An inspection report in the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no fault. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researcher's note on the specimen from the internal network. On the specimen began displaying sharp increase in aggressive, cross-referencing that date with various logs found the only two events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. The air filters were changed. An hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. Given the connection to the same AWE case, it's likely that Mrs. Presence is relevant in the assessment's escape and that is ongoing. Alice is Alan Wake's wife's name. Okay. You really have to have played Alan Wake to get some of these details. Oh, that's why players wanted us to come here. Okay.
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
Let me just, Blessed Organization. This group individual has operated outside the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in illegal use of an altered item. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected in involvement in an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed Organization. Interesting. There's a lot to unpack.
Do we know each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to...
Oh, the swirl.
I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake. Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role, a character. The protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a filmmaker. An auteur like yourself. We're working on this together, remember? An artistic collaboration. You need a drink. Skip fish.
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
We're very close now. You've been writing. I found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Riding.
You found a way!
No. I don't... Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen
Yeah.
him.
Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with him. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here? And Thomas Zane was with him. The poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
No, he was a poet. I hate this. What am I supposed to do? I'm so confused by the order of events and things that are like happening in the game. There's nothing in here to interact with. What? Oh. Okay.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came, a resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Again, a lot of this will make sense when I do my Alan Wake playthrough for anyone who has never played that game before. It's been a very, very long time since I've played the game, but the events are kind of resounding, so it's just one of those things that it's not hard to forget, or it's not, yeah, it's not hard to forget. Also, that's the... Okay. Probably get over there if I really wanted to. I say as I realize I probably need to go over there, and I kind of hate that. Okay, this is also not opening. I have no way back up from down here. I kind of hate this. So, there's janitor equipment here. That's pretty great.
Creepy, damp, and abandoned.
Investigation
Why did
sector.
Wake want me to come here?
That's a good fucking question.
That doesn't look like a house shift. Do I even want to know?
There's just shit floating everywhere. Did that set it straight? Looks like it did. So this section was closed off a long time ago. And my understanding is this has been closed off for a very, very long time. Years. Honestly, it wouldn't be super out of the question for there not to be hiss here, because it is beyond the firewall. Also, that didn't reset the geometry. Yeah, okay, there are hiss here. 7. Jesus Christ. Of course, I just upgraded my telekinesis to do even more damage. I think it's pretty much maxed out for as much damage as my telekinesis is ever going to do, so... Okay, I'm trying to get... There.
Of course, the Hiss are already in here.
Yep. Trying to look around to see if there's, yeah, more of these. Foot gossip. Hello, my feet gossip at night, and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. Okay. Sure. Sure. Okay. That's fucking weird. How do I get back there? I probably need to have, like, upgraded telekinesis to pick up the heavy things. Yeah, I don't see any other way in that room. Damn. Pertman assessment. Offender's name, Hartman. Victims, Allen, Wake, Anderson, Tor, Odin, Thomas. Kidnapping of altered individuals, sanctions against altered organizations, destruction of Bureau investigation, breach of Ash Act. Offender's property seized as evidence to be used in conjunction with an ongoing AWE investigation. Offender's personal effects have been sent to research for analysis. After being cleared by Bureau researchers, all victims have been released. Biannual surveillance orders were assigned to each of the Anderson brothers, and except the Anderson brothers due to their sanity or senility and Wake, possibly deceased. Because, yeah, Wake was never found.
Whoa. Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here.
Aim a powerful light source at darkness to
Darkness
destroy
is
it.
blocking the door. So now I have to deal with an interdimensional noise and sentient shadows.
No fucking way! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Burns it away.
You have no idea
Makes sense.
how fucking dope this is. This is so fucking dope. Yeah, see, it's been a very, very long time since anybody's been here. Ah, damn it. I assume it's not the same with, this crap. I probably need that, though. Yeah, whatever the purple crap on the ground is, the mold, I still don't know how to deal with that. I'm gonna keep my freaking light source, though. I didn't even think about this. I was like, the whole game is so dark. I wish they'd give me a freaking light. Hartman? Oh, fuck me, dude. I was already very invested in this game, but man, I have redoubled my investment. Yeah, I'll take that, thank you. least I can see. I need a battery? Okay. Get 2 batteries. Eagle Limited Summary. A train derailment resulted in 62 casualties and numerous injuries was suspected to have been the work of a paracriminal group known as... as a result of the event, the agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered with a persistent auditory effect. It remains to be determined whether the AWE was spontaneous or a direct result of sabotage. The Bureau had been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggests it was an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, the response team on site was able to respond to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find emergency processes underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. A suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigation of the accident site revealed a curiously undamaged train car that exhibited an altered state when entered. The individual car was secured and transported to the investigation sector. Okay. What is this?
My understanding of the darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. By its very nature, it abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source can be used as protection, even weaponry against this metaphysical gloom. And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness. The question is whether their uncanny ability to affect reality through their art beckons the darkness, or did their work perhaps even create it? With Wake now secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions. Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my rounds.
Okay. The Shadow. Paranatural entity, aka the Shadow, is an aggressive, consisting of 3 known types, local manifestations of sentient capable of occupying organic and inorganic material, as well as exerting over its surroundings. Shaded individuals, human bodies, by the Shadow. These individuals become notably more aggressive, but do seem to retain of their previous selves. Research is ongoing whether this condition is reversible. Shaded objects. Similar to type B, except the inanimate objects are solely to be used as destructive tools. Each type seems to work towards a shared goal, possibly targeting certain individuals, which may imply a shared link to a intelligence. The threat this entity poses warrants immediate exploration of offensive and defensive measures. The investigation sector is being outfitted with additional light sources, some internally powered, prepare for the eventuality of an... Give me that. Come here. Oh, I didn't mean to click that again. That's what I wanted to do. You can't hit me, I'm inside. Dicks. The actual fuck? was about to say, like, the enemies in this game aren't too dissimilar from the enemies in Alan Wake. I mean, there are a few. There's like a fucking fridge or some shit floating around. I kinda hate it. Black market. A black market hub specializing in the trade of occult talismans, relics, and other assorted ceremonial objects, as well as genuine, altered, and paranatural materials, was raided in Czech Republic by a team of special investigators. Unsuccessful attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all participants. The following interrogations revealed that not only is there a vast network of these retailers, but there seems to be gathering information on altered items and other paranatural materials from sources unknown to the Bureau. The Bureau is concerned as threefold. There's a growing underground market for paranatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of their existence among a niche group of the general public. These criminal individuals do not seem to be aware of the item's paranatural powers, and their attempts to activate them could prove devastating if done in a popular area. The motivation for these collectors are largely unknown. Following the NASA FBC Coordinated Agreement of 1972, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advancements based on our research, including the black rock lining that is now found in all spacefaring vessels. In return, all data gathered during space missions is now available for Bureau researchers to analyze. Recently, certain individuals have raised the concern that this relationship does not adequately benefit the Bureau, either intellectually or financially. A thorough examination of the costs accrued by both organizations has shown that the expense of NASA's recent launch of the far outweighs any spending related to the processing and delivering of black rock. From its medium Earth orbit, that it will provide the Bureau with unparalleled resource for remotely monitoring and photographing AWE sites, a resource that would be lost if the partnership ends. It is this opinion that the committee is maintaining a cooperative relationship with our colleagues at NASA of vital importance. Okay. Yeah, pretty deeply ingrained in all things. Interrogation complaint. Kirkland, so you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing I was fucking hired to do, my job? Want to know why I call it that? Bullshit. Asking us to interrogate these scums without using words like altered items or AWEs or paracriminal is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life. And I've heard some fucking stupid things. They already know the facts. Hell, they know just as much as us, if not more. And they get to sit there laughing at us while we dance around words, trying to leak classified terminology. They already know the fucking terminology. If you think pulling me off the case will stop me, then think again. That piece of shit blew up those tracks. He killed those people, all to make a train turn altered. We have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back up that in interrogation cells so I can get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. And this won't stop unless we stop them. You go ahead and put me on suspension. See how that slows me down. Agent Whit.
Agent Fisher, day 6 inside the motel. Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the individual room doors. Motion detectors in the lobby area. Tripwire, triggering a flash camera across the main entrance. Even fingerprint powder on the front desk. Results are varying at best. Mostly just inconclusive and unusable. The footage is corrupted. Sometimes even the equipment is damaged. I don't know how exactly. I think this place is making fun of me. That's the only explanation. I can hear them laughing and screaming behind the closed doors. I can hear the call bell go and ding multiple times a day, but when I look, there's no one there. I know I'm supposed to stay out of sight, but I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything. They're messing with me, whoever they are. I think... Wait, shh. There's something. I gotta get this. Gotta get the cable out. Come on, you fiber optic fuck. Cooperate. Okay, there we go.
Interesting.
This time or I swear to God. What? Hello? Who's there? Oh, shit. I'm with the FBC. Move away from the door. I have a... Where's my...
Is that it? Okay. What?
Darkness everywhere. New day, same old bloody city, except the old way.
You got some
Not good for nothing. Get rid of it.
Auntie quests. Give me 1 second. I need to make sure I can't buy anything or upgrade anything. All right, you guys know how it is. Just going through my stuff, double checking, make sure we're good to go.
I don't feel right. Something in this darkness is draining me.
Yeah, it was taking our energy away. I'm trying to look and see. I see some batteries. I think that's a generator there, so I just need to plug a battery into it. There's a generator there. Generator there. I don't see any batteries to plug in. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and go up, I suppose. I have a bad feeling about that room we just left.
Shit.
I have a bad feeling of this room I'm in now.
What is that?
Ooh, fuck.
Come on, elevator, time to go. So you don't like the light? Use that.
Yeah, I only got one battery. I can't pull it out now. How do?
Nothing even touches it.
Ah, power cores. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, there's... There. Piss off! Okay, there's a note I want to read on the ground there. There's another place I can plug this into. Let's try not to dash to not drain my bar. There? That's Hartman. Okay, fun. Vending machine procedures. Vending machine for Carden. Faux wood panel, coin-operated buttons for selecting products. The item generates as towards a variety of material, both edible and otherwise, in its rows and internal trays. Item reacts to the mind of the individual in closest proximity and will produce whatever they subconsciously desire. Magic vending machine. Cool. It's kind of cool. Let's leave the lights on this time, please, game.
Ma'am, what are you doing in investigations?
Jesus, don't scare me like that, Winston.
If you're talking right now, I can't hear you. It's a one-way system. Try to find an intercom.
Langston, it's me, Jesse.
I know. I can see you on the monitors. The cameras in there haven't worked since we sealed that sector off a couple years back.
Let me guess. You sealed it because of the monster guy.
Wait, did you see Dr. Hartman? Jesus, I really wish you hadn't opened that fire break. Okay, listen, you need to find Hartman and kill him before he gets out into the Bureau.
That thing is a person?
Was.
He was a person. We brought him here to study after he was, altered in an AWE. I forget the medical word for what happened, but now light physically hurts him. Do you have a flashlight?
No.
A lantern? Headlamp? Oh yeah, flare gun. Oh, Christmas lights. You could wrap them around.
I don't have any of those.
You guys will think that's funny in Alan Wake.
I'm sure you'll think of something. I'll keep an eye on you from the panopticon.
That's really funny.
This is kind of exciting, right?
Maybe from where you're standing.
Right. Okay. Well, break a leg.
Break falls.
Why did I say that?
Okay. This Hartman thing can't have gotten very far.
Alright, guys. We have completed a dark place. I'm going to stand out in the light over here.
Langston was right.
Feel safe here.
This is kind of
It's
exciting.
just nice to have someone to talk to.
Shut up, Langston!
Ever since I got put in charge of the panel,
Langston, I'm trying to do an outro.
different, like I'm crazy for wanting to work with altered items. People just don't understand the altered items like I do, you know?
Are you done?
I don't wanna brag, but it does take a very empathetic mind to connect with the items.
Doesn't
I
want to
don't know why
brag.
people are making it so personal.
Right.
I mean, the teams in research handle paranatural materials every day, and no one thinks they're weird. Well, maybe that's not true. Darling is famous for being a bit out there.
A bit.
When he's weird, it's charming. Altered items really aren't that frightening once you get to know them. If you figure out what they like or don't like, you know, what sets them off, then there's nothing to worry about.
My textures are kind of being shitty now.
We're just wild animals, scared of our own shadows. We're supposed to be on the same team, but sometimes it feels like it's every department for themselves, like it's a race, and we're all trying to be number one. If it is a race, though, I'd say Darling is a mile ahead of everyone else. He was Trench's golden boy for years, but that relationship has gotten pretty tense, or so I've heard through the grapevine. Not that I
Tomorrow,
rumors,
maybe.
just, you know, people
This is
talk.
definitely where we need to go,
Know me,
Break
though.
Falls.
I keep my nose to the grind. Too much work to do to focus on those kinds of things. I need to stay focused so I can get my work done and get home to feed Alfred.
He's just gonna talk forever, isn't he?
Make it home.
Yeah, I'm trying to do my outro,
My neighbor's
Jesse.
on Alfred at 7 o'clock if I'm not back yet. She's very nice. Her name is Maria. She's older. She came to New York in the 50s to attend school and has been here ever since. She has a couple of kids. I met them at Thanksgiving. Big family.
I mean, I'm willing to sit here and listen. Are you done?
Anyway, she has a key
Nope.
to my apartment and she gives Alfred his dinner if I'm not home.
Oh my god, this dude.
To buy her a nice fruit arrangement as a thank you after this. I'm missing a lot of Alfred's meal times. She's probably gonna have to go to the store for more wet food. I'll have to
Alfred's a
remember
cat.
to go back.
Got it.
Hold on, let me make a note. Pay back Maria or Alfred's food. Okay. Oh, one more thing. And
Oh my god.
buy her a fruit arrangement. All right, done. Are you a cat person? I don't think I ever asked. You seem like one, though. You'd like Alfred. He's very proper. Really carries himself well, you I named him after my favorite poet. Felt like a good fit. I got Alfred just before Sylvia died when I was at the... you know, I don't really remember where I got Alfred from. But, boy, those two did not get along. Oh, no, no, no. Sylvia thought she owned the place. Didn't like me getting in her way. Scratched me more than once when I was just trying to move her food bowl. That cat was a real asshole.
Wow.
I'm realizing now that
That's
language
kinda
was not
harsh.
entirely professional. You see, Sylvia didn't tolerate most people, or animals, or anything. And that's what I meant when I said asshole. I would never use that word about a person. It was just, you know, hey, there's a light flashing on the console here. I got to, check this out. I'll get back to you later.
Real smooth, Langston.
Thank God. All right, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.